So today we're here with this beautiful Jeep Gladiator Overland vehicle. Look at this thing. It is absolutely kitted and outfitted, ready to go overland, ready to go off-road, also ready to be lived in. So I want to show you guys how this EcoFlow system, the Delta 2 power station, the Wave 2 air conditioner, and their brand new alternator charger is an excellent addition to any overlanding vehicle. So I'm here with Francisco, and so he's been kind enough to let us test out this EcoFlow system, the air conditioner, the battery bank, the alternator charger. Francisco, yes. So I'm curious if you could just tell me what got you interested in considering this system.
My consideration, if I can have one device that can do both things, why not? Because I usually run a diesel heater. But if I don't have to run a diesel heater and then I get that AC and the heat in one unit, I think that's a win.
So he's got a table that mounts onto his swing out storage rack. On the table we have the EcoFlow Wave 2 air conditioner. The air conditioner has its built-in expansion battery pack. So the EcoFlow can run directly off the battery pack. But then additionally, just to show you what's possible, down below, we also have the EcoFlow power system, inverter charger, solar input capable. And additionally, we have the EcoFlow Alternator Charger. So we can take power from the alternator or from the sun. He's got solar on the roof, and we can power the Wave 2 air conditioner, and we can also charge up the Delta 2 power station. And then additionally, we can send power from the Delta 2 power station into his house battery bank. It's a really slick setup, and it all works in a pretty small package. So the test we're conducting right now is a little bit of a heating test. As you can see, it is a cool day out here in San Diego. So we have the Wave 2 set up in heating mode, and I'm gonna go ahead and hop into my phone. We'll go ahead and open up the EcoFlow app. And then right here from the app, what's really nice is EcoFlow has all the devices listed out. You can see at the top, we have the alternator charger, then we have the Delta 2, and then at the bottom we have the Wave 2 air conditioner. So we can go ahead and tap on the Wave 2, and that takes us inside. It shows us exactly what's going on. We're currently in heating mode. It tells us the current temperature set point is 75, and our outlet air temperature is 116 degrees. Battery capacity, we're currently at 76% battery. It tells us we have the air conditioner is putting out 306 watts. And we currently have 3 hours of runtime just off of the air conditioner with the air conditioner expansion battery. And then once we drain that battery, of course, we can pull from the Delta 2 power station and get even more runtime. And then we can go ahead and hop back. We can go down, we can look at the Delta 2. We see right now the Delta 2 is just hanging out. 0 watts coming in, 0 watts going out, 99% battery charge. Just hanging out, ready to go. But when we need to, we can turn on the air conditioner or the AC circuit right from the app, and that will start charging the air conditioner. Very, very handy. And then additionally, up at the top, we have the alternator charger. We can go ahead and open that up. And so right now it tells us our house battery bank, which is inside the rig, is currently sitting at 12.2 volts. Those are Optima Yellow Top AGM batteries. Down below we have the Delta 2 power station. If we go ahead and click on slide this arrow to start working, it's gonna go ahead and power this system up. And right now we have reverse charge selected. So what that means is we're now taking 850 watts from the Delta 2 power station and charging our house batteries. You can see our house battery voltage just jumped up to 13.2 volts. And then the next thing we can do is we can go ahead and click over to charge and click off a reverse charge, and now it'll take voltage from our house battery bank and send it down into the Delta 2 power station. So we got the goose gear, the tent, we got it all for the filming purposes, we got it all zipped up. We have the windows closed, and we have the heater running through this piping into the side. And so we're just gonna step on up in here and see how it feels. It's hot in here.
It's
It's hot in here, bro.
it is really warm. It is really warm.
Nice. So yeah, I mean, we're just sitting in here, and I mean, I'm in a t-shirt, but at this point, like, I'm hot. I'm ready to open a window.
Yeah, me too.
Makes me want to take off this hoodie.
It feels like my diesel heater. It really does.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like my diesel heater. I'm really impressed.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. I like it, you know. And then I can do another switch, and it can be like an AC unit. So that's what I'm looking for.
So we'll pull up the app. We can see current air outlet temperature is 116 degrees. Set point is 75. It's reading the ambient air temperature dropped a little bit down to 73, probably because we opened the door. And so now I'm going to go ahead and just switch it over to cooling, and we'll confirm yes, we want to make the switch, and it's going to switch to cooling. And we'll just go ahead and set it to 63, which is pretty cold. It's currently 73 degrees in here, so that's a 10-degree temperature drop. So let's go ahead and zip everything back up, and we'll get out of the rig, and we'll see how it does. All right, friends, so I made a diagram to kind of explain my thoughts on how this EcoFlow system is actually a really nice setup for anyone who's looking to pack a lot of features into kind of a limited space. So walk through this diagram with me, and then I want to show you a secondary way that you can use this EcoFlow system, which in my mind makes it even better. So just to start off, this is for anyone that has a vehicle that needs power, and they're kind of starting out from square one. They don't already have a power inverter, a charge controller, outlets for all their devices. So this is how it works. You pick up an EcoFlow power station. In this video, we have the Delta 2. And keep in mind, if you want a larger system, EcoFlow makes larger versions. So you can get the Delta Max and get larger inverters and more power capacity. So for this video, we had the Delta 2 power station. It comes in at 1,024 watt hours in the built-in battery bank. It has an 1,800 watt pure sine inverter, 6 110 volt outlets, 6 USB charging outlets. It has, and then also it accepts up to 500 watts of solar input directly into the power station. So this is going to be your power hub. This is how you run all the devices in your vehicle, your refrigerator, your electric cooktop, your TV, your computer, your fans, whatever electrical devices you have, you plug them directly into the power station, and that has a built-in battery bank. Additionally, you can plug in solar panels. Up here on the right, I have EcoFlow's 220 watt panels listed out. You can double that. You can have 2 of them, which would give you 440 watts of solar. And then keep in mind, you don't necessarily need to use the EcoFlow panels. You can use any type of regular solar panel you want that fits on your roof, as long as the specifications match up. And then we have the air conditioner, the EcoFlow Wave 2. It's actually a heat pump because it does both cooling and additionally it does heating. So we have the EcoFlow Wave 2, that one we have the expansion add-on battery bank with it. That battery bank has 1,000 watt hours of capacity. The unit does 5,100 BTUs in cooling. It does 6,100 BTUs in heating, and it has direct solar charging capabilities up to 400 watts. And then additionally, we have the EcoFlow Alternator Charger, and that allows up to 800 watts of power to flow between your devices. And then down on the bottom, we have your starting battery, this Optima yellow top with an alternator. So the idea and the way EcoFlow wants you to use this system is you connect the alternator charger to your starting battery, which gets power from the alternator. It can then send that power to the Delta 2 power station to charge that unit up. And then it can also, through the Delta 2, it can charge up your Wave 2 heating and cooling system once the built-in battery bank is depleted. Additionally, you can send in solar from the panels into the Delta 2. So the Delta 2 is your hub, and then the alternator charger sends power back and forth. The other benefit about this is the alternator charger can reverse charge. So if your starting battery has died, if you're in an Overlander and you're out on the trail and your battery died, you're running the light bar, running the winch, you can send power from the power station back into your starting battery. And the great thing too is the alternator charger has a battery maintenance mode. So since you're getting power from the sun, you can basically trickle charge your starting battery by just selecting maintenance mode, and it will send a lower current charge to your battery and make sure everything is topped up. So I really like this feature. This is really simple. You only need 3 devices, the Delta 2, the Wave 2, and alternator charger to be comfortable in your vehicle, and then additionally you need solar panels. The Delta 2 is limited to 400 watts, but the Wave 2 has direct solar input. So what you could do is you could fill your roof with solar, and then if you need additional power, say to run the air conditioner, you could bring portable suitcase solar panels with you, and you could set out some portable panels during the day to run the Wave 2 air conditioner that accepts up to 400 watts of power. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, and this is something that I don't think a lot of folks have really caught on to, but this is why I think this system is actually really, really cool. So here, this option 2 square, we're gonna go ahead and remove this. And here is another way you can use this system. So the alternator charger, all it has to be connected to is a battery. It doesn't have to be connected directly to your alternator. So here's what you can do. You can connect your alternator charger to a house battery bank. So if you guys already have a battery bank, or you want to build a very large battery bank, then what you can do is hook up your alternator charger to your big house battery bank. And then you can use a secondary DC to DC charger. In this case, I have the Victron unit, and you can connect that to your starting battery, which is getting powered from your alternator. So what that means now is we can build a very large custom battery bank that will power all your devices for a very long amount of time, and it can be any brand. And this is especially good if you guys already have a house battery bank system. Maybe you have 400 or 500 amp hours of battle-born lithium, and you don't want to have to buy a bunch of EcoFlow add-on battery packs. So this is a really cool system. I think anyone that has a vehicle should really consider something like this just for its simplicity. This is something that any DIYer can tackle. Now for me, I'm a solar and electrical installer, and previously I've always been a big proponent of custom electrical systems because of the flexibility that you get. But for the first time, I think EcoFlow has really nailed it and made a all-in-one system that is actually expandable and kind of unlimited. You don't have to wire up 110 volt outlets and breaker boxes. You don't have to wire up 12 volt DC fuse panels. You can run a max fan, a fridge, everything you want, LED lighting directly off the Delta 2 power station. That being said, I have another video coming out in 2 weeks where I actually show this setup in use. I took a 400 amp hour standalone lithium battery bank, hooked it up to the alternator charger, and I ran devices and sent power back and forth. And so I'm kind of proving to you guys this absolutely works, and you can build a setup like this for yourself very easily and very affordably. All right, so we're out here. It's about 1 o'clock. The air conditioner has been running for a couple hours now, and so we're gonna hop in and see how it feels. It's telling me it's 60 degrees inside. The air conditioner output temperature is 43 degrees. So we're gonna hop in. I'll follow Francisco into the tent here, and we'll see how it feels. See if this AC got us cooling, got us comfortable. We'll see what's up. All right, so we're in the rig, and it feels cool in here.
Way better.
What do you think?
Feels really cool in here. You can just tell the difference. Big difference of the way it feels.
Yeah.
It feels really fresh.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels fresh. We got the air outlet pipe right here, just pumping in cold air. It definitely feels pretty frosty coming in. And yeah, it feels good. It feels nice and crisp and refreshing. And so it seems like the EcoFlow is doing a good job.
Yeah.
And
I think it's worth the money for me, and for what I need. The applications are there. They're there for me. So
how do you feel about this, you know, versus running a diesel heater for the heat, and then having maybe a separate device for air conditioning?
Well, just for me personally, as you can see, space is king here. So if I can just use one device to do 2 things, that's the best way for me, you know?
Yeah.
So in my situation, I would actually go with this product. You know,
okay.
For my situation.
Okay, so the EcoFlow Wave 2 air conditioner is a good choice for the overlanding setup. So we're finishing out the day here. I just wanted to get some final stats on the air conditioner. The Wave 2 AC has been running either in heating mode or in cooling mode since about 10 a.m. It is now 1 o'clock p.m. So that's about 3 hours of runtime, and the battery is currently sitting at 30% charge. So just to kind of give you an idea of how long the built-in battery pack can go with this system. And if I click on the battery pack, it tells me I have an hour and a half of runtime left. So it looks like about 4.5 to 5 hours is kind of the runtime we could expect based on these conditions with just the Wave 2 expansion battery pack. And then keep in mind, we also have the Delta 2 power station. So once the Wave 2 runs out, we can switch to the Delta 2 and get a few more hours of runtime. And additionally, the alternator charger is hooked up. So if those two devices run out of juice, we can also pull power from his house batteries, which is getting fed with free energy from the sun. So overall, the system is very robust, and I think it's a great solution for overlanders. It's compact, it's simple, it's easy to use. You don't need a whole lot of equipment. You got the Delta 2 power pack that's going to give you all your ports for your phones and tablets and charging. You can plug in a fridge, run all your devices. You can hook solar power directly into it. And then from there, you can feed your EcoFlow, charge your starting batteries, send power from the starting batteries back. You can do it all with the EcoFlow system. I think it's a great choice.